So the SCX24 4Runner hasn't been out that long. It's starting to hit shelves now at the time of this recording, which is about mid-July. This is, I think, the best looking SCX24 that we've had to date. But one of the shortcomings that it had right out of the box was the big tires on it. So, Proline, it's nice to have Proline tires on it, but those Toyos were huge on this thing. At about 58 millimeters, the proportions were just way off. It equated to what, like a 52 or something inch tire, 52, 54. So a couple of things what I've done in this build here, which I'm going to go over in this video. This video is going to be just a quick overview of the modifications that I've done to the SCX24 4Runner to give it what I think is a much better appearance and also unlock a lot of potential in this thing. Beginning with the wheels and tires, what I did, first thing I did was put smaller tires on it. So I'm running these Milestar Patagonia tires here from RC 4-wheel drive. Love these tires. They are super grippy, and I think it's because they're fat little tires, and they've got a nice big contact patch here. Great compound here from the RC 4-wheel drive tires. At around a 52 millimeter, I think the look is perfect on this truck. I paired these with the new Little Guy Racing Parts Innovate black wheels. Going with the licensed wheels, I wanted to keep that kind of scale license theme to give it as much realism as I can to match this awesome new body. The wheel and tire combo, I think, was the most impactful and took this thing a long way in the right direction as far as the scale appearance goes. Now, those wheels and tires are mated up to the new Endura Planet axles. I just did a full video on these axles. You can check that out in the description down below. But that's going to give us some more width here, which bumps it out pretty significantly. It's going to give us an aggressive stance. Doesn't completely blow out the scale looks, although the tires do stick out quite a bit from the fenders here. Underneath here, I did a bunch of the free mods and things that you can usually do to the SCX24s. Again, I have videos on these as well. Excuse the jumbled wired mess. I'll go over why that is in a second. But a few of the things that I did here, which made a big difference, and we'll put it on the performance table to confirm the differences, but did the battery relocation. So I took the stock ESC and receiver combo, the 2-in-1, removed that from the front, put it where the battery would traditionally go, move the battery up front. That's going to help us bias the weight towards the front there. I find that the new Spectrum 2-in-1, the V3s here, they don't handle upgrades very well. As soon as you start adding weight and or upgraded electronics, they just don't handle it. So one of the first things that I do is put in an aftermarket ESC. For this build, I'm utilizing the new Meus Racing brushed ESC here. Nice small footprint, great smooth output from this thing. And you've got some customization options on the fly with it as well. This piggybacks right into the existing 2-in-1 combo, so I've left that there. It is a little bulky. What I might do is decase it to kind of shed some weight and clean it up a little bit. But nonetheless, both of those electronics fit nicely on the battery tray. A lot of the wires come from the Meus Racing unit here. I have to do, there's a motor adapter here for the motor plug, battery adapters and things like that. And then the servo, which I did an Emax servo up front, has a lot of excess wire. So there's a lot to kind of tie in here. Thankfully, it all kind of tucks away nicely in the 4Runner body. In the rear, did the shock relocation down to the frame, left the front shocks on the stock towers. Upgraded the motor. So I'm running the Little Guy Racing Parts 66 turn brushed motor, one of my favorites for the SCX24. That 66 turn just seems to be an optimal blend of power and smoothness. Currently running this on 3S. I have my Gens Ace 3S battery here in the front. And I mentioned the Endura Planet axles here. Do some quick demonstrations here and then we'll do some performance tests. Many folks asked me to do a follow-up on the Meus video since I tried that on a Mofo Torque Beast X, which is a very punchy motor. But here we can see in the 66 turn configuration, super smooth. Look how the power comes on nice and gradual. A little bit of a bump there when it first engages, but much smoother than with the Torque Beast X motor. This is on 3S. Like I said, I found that 3S seems to be optimal in this setup. 2S works just as well, but I feel like the power comes on quicker and smoother, ironically, with the 3S. Go over this obstacle. This is from my man Sean over at Rockin' RCs. These tabletop obstacles are really nice. Thing is extremely quiet, super smooth. Even with the small tires, not getting a lot of clearance issues, able to navigate this pretty well. Oh, look at that. Nice. These small upgrades went a long way to improve this truck. Okay, here we are on the corner scales. Check this out. This is with the battery in it. 58% front, 42% rear, 50-50 left to right. If you remember from the previous test we did when this was stock, it was 50-50. So we made a great gain forward with the weight distribution. Nice setup here. Let's try the RTI setup table stuff now. I don't remember what the RTI was stock. Should get a little bit out of this. 12 on the RTI. Side hill, we're about 42, 44-ish on side hill stock. Let's see. We were right around 45 in stock form. We gained a little bit. We gained about 3 or 4 degrees, just about 48 on the side hill now. Sorry, the vertical. 55 on the vertical was the stock measurement. There we go, 60. Oh, what's that, 63 on the vertical, big gain there. Let's check this thing out on the course. I didn't do a course run with it stock, I should have, but I took it right out to the trails and stuff. So let's see how it does upgraded. I've run this before and it is very surprising how well it does on the course. A number of people have asked me to do my own rigs on the King of the Course series. And if I was to do a class 1, I think this would be my pick right here. I'm going right for this hard line off the bat. Relatively shorter wheelbase with the C10 kind of Bronco wheelbase, but it's still there we go. Am I gonna get it? Oh, nice. Right up through the first kind of challenge line there. I love how this looks with the smaller tires on it. So good. And the licensed wheels from Little Guy Racing Parts. Great steering from those Endura axles. A little bit unsettled there. Look at that, super planted. I learned the hard way though, stay out of the hot tub because of the overhang from the bumper in the front. It gets me stuck in there if I try to go sideways. Pushing off to the side there. I do lose some ground clearance due to the smaller tires, the straight axles. Great control from this ESC. There we go, and plenty of power with the 3S. So I can find traction. Look at this thing go right up the escalator. How about on the decline? Oh, we get some lift there in the back, not terrible though. Let's see the side hill in practice. Slow slipping there. Nice, yeah, it's got slid right down, but able to hold it. Whoa! How about Hell's Gate? I gotta keep the momentum up. I gotta get on that shelf over there on the left, but I don't have the ground clearance to really go up the middle. There we go. Is it gonna bite? It is. I'm getting some lift over on the other side. I gotta go nice and slow over here. There we go, look at that. So we would have had some work cut out for us if we were actually doing a King of the Course runs, but how impressive is this thing on the course, hitting those challenge lines and everything with such minimal modifications. Can unlock a lot of the performance from the SCX24 with just a handful of little upgrades. Makes a big difference. I'm stuck here on the Dream Killer. There we go. All right, guys, just a quick one today. Just wanted to showcase some of the upgrades that I did to the SCX24 4Runner and how much it progressed with the simple modifications that we did. Also happy to do a follow-up with the Meus Racing brushed ESC, which on this 66-turn motor works extremely well. So I'm really happy with the 4Runner as it is right now. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna do to it. Probably upgrade the servo. That Emax is doing the job. It's adequate. Not really the performance that I'm looking for. I did pick up some more of the Meus Racing servos for 15 bucks. These are a nice little servo. So I might try to strengthen that up to really capitalize on the steering from those axles. And then I'm not sure, I really like it. Could benefit from maybe a cargo rack on the roof, but I don't want to compromise the performance that we did. So I might just enjoy it as is, minus the servo upgrade for a little while. But it's cool to see how much functionality you can get out of it with those free mods that have been out there for a while, but still provide great performance for little to no investment, sometimes just free moving things around inside the chassis. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of the upgraded 4Runner? Are we going in the right direction with this thing now? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.